by Cedar Sinai. Shifty work into the box. And across, it's in! Oh, it's LaRue! It's a dream return!
Hey everyone, welcome to Casual FC, an Angel City match preview and footy therapy pod featuring two podcast-certified footy therapists. I'm your host, Angela Morales, with my ever-patient and forgiving co-host, Mr. Mario Salazar.
We'll talk about the forgiving part in a bit.
This is our match preview episode for our upcoming match against Bay FC up in San Jose at PayPal Park this Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. I don't know why not 6, why not 5:30, whatever. I don't care. It's going to be on Ion TV, which is going to be the last match of the triple header on Saturday. And then on iHeart, you can always listen to Isaac and Tracey, my new best friends. Well, not new best friends, but like besties now.
We are their number one fans, and we will always say to listen to Isaac and Tracey.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's even fun just syncing Isaac and Tracey with the broadcast.
Yep.
Or they're always there for you on road trips if you're out. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. There's also a watch party that I didn't get time to put into our script, but there is a watch party at Tarantula Hill Brewing, which is out in Thousand Oaks. Go onto the Angel City website because I don't have the information with me at the moment. I just know it's out there.
Yes, someone dropped it in the Discord and was like, hey guys, who's going? And so far everyone's been like, that's too far, except for like 3 people. But hey, that's good.
It's close to me.
It's close to you. It's close to a couple other folks. But
well, closer. It's still about a half hour away. But yeah.
We are going to a comedy show for somebody my mom likes. I don't know. So we will be watching on our phones in the car on the way to LA. But very excited nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, with all of that, we are facing Bay FC.
Yep.
Which, here comes my 4 times a year promo of the San Andreas Cup, which is fan-made, pod-made.
It's
if you're wondering where it came from in here.
He's slowly wearing me down, but Mario has been trying to make this happen for a few years, and it's silly and it's fun, and we have a kooky little website. And I don't know, maybe we make a sticker. For whom? Just Mario. I don't know.
For me. Look, this thing has nothing on it right now. It's a brand new one.
Fits in a cup holder.
Yes, it does. It has the little thin one. So, yes, all of that. Go check out SanAndreasCup.com. It's going to keep track of all the matches that we have against Bay FC and San Diego. So, follow along with me and have fun. It's silly. Join the Discord if you want to keep the silliness going too.
We've had a lot of really fun activity in the Discord this week, and it's been really fun. We'll get into a little bit more, but again, I thanked everybody on Sunday for just hanging out and having fun. But again, I'm so grateful.
It was so active all weekend. So we have match banter, like match day banter threads every game, whether you're in stadium or you're at home.
Yeah.
Even while we're sitting in stadium, we're still bantering and chatting on there, and like people that aren't in the stadium get to participate, and it's really fun, especially for away games because we're all on it. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, we jump on the voice little meeting chat thing function watching on there, which was fun one time, especially because everybody's stream is slightly off, so we all
it's a good time though, and it's so fun.
But along with our match day thread, we also have a general every other game match day thread, and it's opening weekend. It was off. It was going. Everybody was talking from Friday all the way through our game.
I was able to watch every single game because, as I said last week, I was in the press box and they had it up on the screens. And then Seattle gets a weather delay that was like 3 hours. So their game finished like almost the same time ours did. which was insane. But the person next to me had it on their screen, so I got to watch both. And I was like, I did it. I watched every game.
It should be like a badge or something.
Honestly, watched all 9 million soccer games in one weekend. It felt like World Cup. What is it called when they're in the group rounds?
Oh, when you're like trying to watch every single game in the group rounds, yeah.
And then I have to go to work, and I'm like...
But yeah, I think the weekend vibes were amazing. I think
immaculate.
It was what a lot of people needed. Mm-hmm. Just the community, just everybody being there, right? There was... all the SGs had their tents set up. There were so many people. I got to actually go semi-early with my daughter, and we got to hang out. The fan fest was going on. You know, the number one thing my daughter zeroes in on is the face paint, and we get in line for that. But there was like, you know, there's all the vendors, all the stuff. There was a DJ, the music was going, food trucks. It was just great times all around just before the match. Now the part we're talking about forgiveness. It's not really forgiveness. I'm going to say it's not a forgiveness thing because there's no reason.
Nobody's mad. It's
Nobody's
just
mad.
FOMO.
Definitely FOMO and definitely a little jealousy. I get there and I text Angela and Eva, hey guys, I'm here. Maddie and I are here. Just letting you know. I get a message back from Angela. Hey, I'm in the press box already. I was like, okay. Usually Angela does, by the time I get to the stadium, Angela's already inside. So that's already a thing.
Half
Like
the time it's because we don't hang out at FanFest because it's too loud. Years old and overstimulated.
Yeah. So most of the time, by the time I get there, she's already inside. Cool. All right. Oh, cool. You're in the press box. Like I said, Maddie, beeline to the face paint. We're waiting in line.
What'd she choose?
Huh?
What did Maddie choose?
She got a pink angel on one cheek and a black angel on the other. And then the artist put little flair on it too. So it was really cute.
I love that.
And then I get a text right after that saying, hey, don't be mad. And then I'm like, what?
I got kicked out. No.
I just met Tracey. And I was like, iHeart Tracey? Yeah. Oh.
And the thing is that we've interviewed Tracey. We're talking on social media all the time, but we've never been able to meet up over the last 4.5 years in real life.
We haven't. And even the last year when we both had press passes and we got to go into the press box and stuff like that, by the time we were there, you know, they're running a show. They're doing the broadcast. Mm-hmm. Like they prep and they're getting ready ahead of time and all of that. So also, like everybody that's there, we were excited being there, but it's a job. Everybody that's there is doing a job. So it's
everyone's
still
working.
Yeah, it's not the time to go hunt, you know, Isaac and Tracey down and be like, we're here,
Yeah.
Of course, you know, we leave them alone and whatnot, but never got to see him. And, you know, like Angela mentioned, we've messaged with Tracey a few times, and we're always like, oh, we just missed you. We just crossed paths, you know, something.
Yeah, and it's been like within minutes. Yeah. Sometimes of just being like, oh, they left, we left, something happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get the message she met Tracey in person, IRL, and I was just like, oh, okay. All right. I'm definitely signing. We're definitely applying for another pass, and I'm going to go early, you know. And then not even like 10 minutes later, I'm still in the line. I have not gone up to the face paint yet. I get another message saying, don't be mad. And I was like, what now? And I also met Isaac. I was like, you got the brace. You got the brace of the iHeart.
The iHeart homies.
And then
yeah.
That was bad enough. And then she adds icing on that, which was, how did Isaac find you?
So I'm sitting at my like assigned seat, and I'm just kind of getting my iPad set up, drinks, you know, like how do I want this all? What am I going to do with this right now? And I'm sitting there just minding my own business. I'd kind of zoned out for a little bit because I'd also where my seat was in the press box was directly above where my seats actually are. So where we sit, like literally just straight up in the corner was my spot. But the speaker that I hate when I'm in my seat was directly pointed. Like, it feels like it's directly pointed at me in my seats, but no, this one was actually directly pointed into the press box. So I'm sitting there with my earplugs in, just trying to not get a headache because it was so loud. And I hear somebody walk in and there's like a little bit of a commotion. Oh, hi, 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 you know, people saying hi. And then all of a sudden it gets quiet. And I'm just kind of, again, in my own little world. I hear almost as if it was like over a loudspeaker. That's what it felt like. I felt like it was being paged in like a Target. And I hear, excuse me, I'm looking for a certified footy therapist. Does anybody know anyone? And I'm like, it was... I told my mom I was caught so far off guard I got embarrassed. Like, it was like, oh my God, there's attention on me. Like, I felt like I was 16. But it was so funny. Isaac came down. We had a great conversation. We both we just complimented each other a million times each. And such a great guy. I was able to show him the picture of Maddie being ready for the game at 10 a.m. because he showed me a picture of his kid who was ready at 9:30, like ready to go. So it's just so cool. And I know I talk a lot about the community around this team, but they're included in that for me because they've helped us so much. They're part of our intro. We've had Tracey on. And the funny thing is that a family I grew up with Tracey. And like they know, the Bailey family knows my family, friends, one of my old teammates, and like her older sister. And it's really crazy how it all intertwined. So yeah, it was a great time. Had a good old time in the press box.
So I'm
being very quiet and very calm the whole game.
So I will say the penance of Angela getting to meet Isaac and Tracey is that in the press box, there is a decorum. There is a neutrality that needs to be upheld. So you're not there to cheer for the team. You're there to report, to observe, to do your job.
Hell of a game to be in the press box, let me tell you.
And so Angela, with what we're about to go through right now, had to stay quiet and professional.
Yeah, and I was taking notes during the game and like kind of figuring out what to talk about for this episode as well, and like other things to come up with. I was keyboard mashing in the most like high level millennial way, like keyboard mashing, texting Eva, just literally like swiping across the keyboard. Here's some capital letters. Like I was like monitoring the Discord, and we get some traction on game days at BMO, but since most of us are in stadium, there's like maybe 2 or 3 people chatting here and there. Everyone was like in it.
Everybody was in it. It was active.
It was also very funny because a lot of people knew I was going to be up in the press box. So, excuse me, those of our listeners and friends who sit in different parts, like across the stadium for where we normally sit, my phone was blowing up with pictures of me just sitting there. I was like, oh my God. I was wearing my Sid LaRue shirt that we made a couple seasons ago. So I'm just sitting there and my phone would go off and it's a picture of me just zoned out because it was all before the game. And I'm like, oh my God, this is, what did I do? But no, thank you to Angel City. Thank you to the PR team. Thank you for the hospitality. It's so fun. And it's getting to know people in the press box and other media outlets is so great. I connected with somebody who I know through an organization that I'm part of. And so like she followed the show, she followed me, and now we're in contact. And she had a great sticker on her laptop. It was a little jar of Vicks. And it just said Sana Kuliterana, like it just on as the label. And I was like, I need the sticker immediately. Like, but
so Angela has taken notes about the game, right? Very much in the name of the show, the casual in me. I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing what's going on. The few things that might stick into my head is what I kind of talk about when we're here. Also, I've got my family and my kids, and it's
you
dad
have
brain's
different
going.
game responsibilities than I do.
Exactly. And Angela has taken notes, has done things. These are the most insane notes we've seen in a long time. If you did not see it, she posted up as a story, just a quick flick through her notes. from her phone. I'm guessing on her iPad it was a little bit different, but like on her phone, just flick through it, and it was just this long, like you can pause to read a couple of them. Some people even messaged us that they did, Jamie, but and I will say I did too. I even paused it to read it. You could have
just asked me. I would have shared the note with you.
But I think it was, all those notes were warranted because we won.
Yeah.
We won, guys. Just a little heads up on just, I know we're already 20 minutes into this thing. We are trying to figure out how to streamline the show a little bit. So certain games, when we either the footy therapy is always going to be there on the Discord and on social. We're always going to be there to hear and talk about everything that just happened. When we do it on the show, it's usually going to be a really good game or a really bad game. If we're not going to do that, we're probably just going to do a quick match recap.
Yeah.
I think this one, everybody will forgive us for not doing the footy therapy because we all had the same reaction. Yeah. We all had the same, basically,
yeah,
we're winning.
Life? Like, what's going on? Yeah,
everything they said is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to go over the match recap. And yeah, but I encourage all the footy therapy, still send it in. Even better yet, send us a quick video or send us a audio message. I think that'd be awesome to start including more of those in the show. So let's go. All right. All right. I'm just going to start off with the first couple of points, and then I'm going to just let Angela cook. All right. 4-0. Most assertive win that we've had in history. Honestly, it felt different.
Yeah.
The first half felt, we were figuring things out. We were, it's first game, first time in the stadium, back in the stadium with the crowd, with everything, new players. We, kind of warming up. It kind of was a little slow, and then as soon as Kennedy Fuller hit that goal in the 33rd minute, it exploded. Mm-hmm. It went off. And then you felt how close we were every single time. I mean, we were so good that like my daughter looks up at the board, at the scoreboard, and it's keeping track of the shots on goal. She's like, what does the 6 mean? And it was right before Fuller's goal. And it was like 6 shots on goal already. Right. And it was only like 15 minutes into the game. And I'm like, we are different. Like it's happening. So
after amazing. That first goal, it was awesome. Cause like when you're in it and you're in the crowd and you're in that level of excitement, it is such a beautiful experience. But to be another like 50 feet up, it felt like, to watch the whole stadium just elevate. It felt, when you're in an elevator as like a teenager and everybody like jumps, and so you get the like foom feeling. That's what it felt like. It was this like, the bottom fell out, but at the same time you're flying, and it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And as Mario said, my penance was to be quiet, which is like I am not a quiet person at a game. If you have ever been around me, especially when I was in college. No.
Our conversations were about how she's having a hard time being quiet. And because of those conversations, I even went to the Discord and I'm like, everybody pour one out for Angela. She's being respectful in the press box. But it went insane.
Yeah.
But there was only the one, it was 1-0 at the half. And like I said, it still felt like things were warming up. Things were very solid. Passes were solid. Defense was solid. The movement was solid. It felt different. We got the goal. It exploded. It still felt that there was more though. And that was exciting.
Yeah.
And then the second half starts, and then I'll let you take it from there.
The first half definitely felt like, oh, right, we play soccer. And that goes for both teams. We haven't done this. We've had some preseason games, but this is the first open up a brand new can of tennis balls kind of thing of, oh, right, this is how we do this at this stage with almost 20,000 people in the stands screaming. So we had the lead 1-0 coming out of the half. A few minutes later, because there was a few minutes of stoppage time in the first half. I can't talk today at all. It was happening at work. It was a problem. But here we are. So in the 53rd minute, Evelyn Shores converts off a corner. Angel City Football Club converted off a corner. Excuse me? I hope people feel the same way that I do about that goal, because it wasn't just that it was great. She's 5'9", she's a target in the box. This is what should happen. But we don't do that. Who is that? I don't know who that is. But I think the greater thing across all of sport and just about every outlet, every team recap, everything from across the league that I saw was the most important moment of the weekend. In the 63rd minute, Savvy King came back on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I'm gathering my thoughts so that I do not shed a tear, because I have not cried on this show this season. Did I cry in the Discord? Yes, but not.
But it has to be on the show.
No tears have fallen.
She came on, and it just looked like she didn't miss a step. This was, it felt she maybe got injured the match before, and now she's back, and nothing. Not that she had a freaking cardiac arrest situation and then has gone through rehab for that.
Crazy thing is in the post-game press conference, Coach Strauss said when she woke up from surgery, she's okay, how can I get back to a starting position? There was okay, cool. Let's go. It's time to work. And she's already ahead of her projected timeline. She's already what happened with Emily Sams, she's not completely 90 ready yet because she suffered an injury in the January national team camp and has been rehabbing that. And Savvy obviously isn't 90 ready yet, but she's also in this limbo of, we need to build you back up. And so the two of them trading off, it works out really well, but it's a lot. But what a moment. And there's no words for it, truly. Because this is going to make me cry. If you were at that game, you were just as impacted. Being in the stadium when Savvy went down was horrendous. Just as much as it was for her, for the team, for the family, for the fans, it was terrifying. You're watching a kid essentially do things nobody should do at that age. And to see her come back in such high spirits and with such joy, it was so important. And the best part is that Angel City is nothing if not dramatic in the best way. Because a couple minutes later, Ari Borges, who we were all do we like this signing? Do we not like this signing? Yes, no, I don't know. There's feelings, there's questions, but she comes in, and I'll explain it in a little bit, but the Chicago defense is suffering right now. Not just because of Angel City, but because of decisions. And Alyssa Nair made a mistake, which we capitalized on it, but Alyssa Nair making a mistake, those words in a sentence don't make sense to me. She goes to pass the ball instead of make a longer kick and just kind of start the offense from the back. And Ari said, bet, and just took the ball and, scored the goal. Has a beautiful celly because her and her wife just announced their pregnancy. And, excuse me. And it was just this wonderful moment. We transition. Chicago's on offense. Ari gets slapped in the face with the ball, goes down. And I'm scores, gets a concussion. There's nothing. Angel City is nothing if not dramatic.
So little side note about all of that. Maddie was having a blast.
Good.
The score was 2 to nothing. Mm-hmm. She wanted to take a picture of the score.
Yeah.
And she's also 8, so her attention span to the game isn't fully there, right? So she's, but she was still within the soccer sphere, in the moment. She was in the moment. But what she wanted to do, one, she likes drawing with the annotation features, and she wanted to really text Jen what was happening, and she wanted to show her, look, it's 2 to nothing. So she's spending time doing this little thing, and then Ari scores. And she's
no.
She's no.
My picture.
So she saves that one, and we take another picture real quick because it's 3 to nothing. And she starts drawing. And then guess what happens?
Okay. we have played out of the back the entirety of Angel City. It's been successful sometimes. There's been reasons, I guess. This was the most concentrated, most beautiful effort. The ball goes from Angelina to Sarah Gordon, who like rifles this and threads the needle down the pitch. It goes through 3 defenders to Svendis. So that's a long, long pass. Svendis picks it up, draws 4 defenders, can still see other people. Ari's running through, and then Arnus is trailing. Svendis passes the ball over for a hell of a goal, and it was just like, that easily my favorite play. And she got assist of the week today, which was well deserved. But like the whole lead up to that, like Sarah deserves an award for that. Svendis, everybody was just exactly where you wanted them to be, both as a teammate and a fan.
Everybody deserves flowers for this game, because yes, we got 4 scorers.
Yep.
Like a team is way more dangerous when you have multiple people that have that strike, right?
Yeah.
If you rely on like your one superstar to be your only goal scorer or your majority goal scorer, then things get tough because the other team just goes, whoop, let me surround them, and then they can't do anything. The fact that we had the wherewithal of what was going on and to have 4 different people score.
Yeah.
And then, yes, we're focusing on the people who scored, but all the support and the assists and the hockey assists of, the assist, all of that was just happening so beautifully.
Yeah. And even like in the first half, when things were still a little clunky, you still understood why those passes were being made. Everybody's figuring out, okay, yeah, I need to put more on the ball, or, oh, that was too long, or we were, she was 2 steps back from where I thought she was. And it was that calibration. Like we talked a lot the last couple seasons of just needing to fine tune things and just turn the dial a little bit, not crank it to 11. That's what happened. In halftime, it was like, okay, the nerves are gone. The jitters are out. It's the first day of school and everybody's excited. And you could see the plan and that there was a mission and a through line in that. Like, everyone was connected on the pitch because they said, I rewatched the broadcast on Monday because, as we said, I did not go to work. It was hot. I ended up at 3 grocery stores, but whatever. It looked like we were playing in like a 2-3-3-2, not like a... Like, it just, the configuration was so malleable. It was beautiful to watch from so high up. And, like, we defended as a team. We progressed offensively as a team. There was one play where Svendis was, like, all the way back in the Chicago attacking third at one point when they were going towards the south goal. Like, Svendis came all the way back to guard somebody and stay on the ball. There was nobody who was just kind of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Everyone had a mark. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. There was no... we've played plenty of games where maybe we were in the lead, but it always felt like the other team could always tie it up.
Yes.
There was no question, I think, for the majority of people in the stadium what was going to happen. And we haven't felt like that maybe ever.
Yeah. This was... Granted, this was a slightly disorganized Chicago team.
Yeah.
That does not take away at all from the gelling and the smoothness and the great things that we saw being put together. So ultimately, I think we're in a great spot. And honestly, we were already pumped for the season. This is just like extra sauce on it. And you know what? You come to Casual FC, you're going to get the extra sauce excitement all the time.
Totally. The interesting thing, my last little bit of the game, Chicago's going to have a really curious season if they can figure out their defense, I think they'll actually be better than everyone is now. Put them, better than the trajectory that they are now on. But there were very interesting decisions made out of their back line. 2 of their defenders suffered either SEIs or were injured for this game. And instead of putting Savvy's best friend, who's the center back, in the starting lineup, she did not make the game day roster. So they were testing out 2 new players at center back. I don't know. I have questions, but I hope for Chicago's sake. They also had picked up Jordan Heidema like 3 days before the game. She'd been there for less than a week. So they were working on that. But thankfully, Julia Grosso and Heidema play on the Canadian national team together. They're very good friends. So they know each other. But I feel for Chicago fans right now. I feel for the Chicago players. I specifically feel for Alyssa Nair because she does not deserve this. She does not deserve to be in the twilight of her career being as frustrated as she was on Sunday. Granted, I don't mind that it was against us, but I don't want a whole other season like this for her because that's not fair.
Yeah.
But we have our first haiku of the year.
First haiku of the year. So thank you, Ethan. Transcended all outlook. Fuller's house. Shore superb work. What a first statement. Mm-hmm. I love that this is a thing.
I know. It's no matter what happens, we must have haiku. Even Eva said it. We were talking the other day, and she's like, I know you guys are changing things up. You're not going to not read Ethan's haikus. And I was like, whoa, chill out.
So big thank you to Ethan for providing the haikus every single match. It started on Instagram where he was sending us haikus, and it continues on Discord, which is great. Real quick, we're going to go through a couple scores that happened throughout the opening weekend, which was a crazy weekend. And then, we'll start getting into the match preview that we got going on. We started the weekend with the Spirit and Portland match, Portland winning 1-0. Then we had the Boston Honkers in their inaugural match hosting Gotham and lost 1-0.
What a game that was.
Yeah. And I even say that from watching it on my phone, at, out and about, I was watching it on a small screen, but it was a great game. Then we have KC beating Utah 2-1. Bay beat Denver in their first match 2-1. North Carolina beat Racing 2-1. Also, the Wave lost to Houston 1-0. Orlando lost to the Reign 2-1. And then we ended the weekend with a 4-0 smash.
Yeah.
It was a crazy weekend. It was an amazing opening weekend for the NWSL. I think it was just all around amazing matches, all around good play, and then of course we have our chaos.
Yeah.
NWSL loves chaos too.
Oh, does it? NWSL is synonymous with chaos at this point.
And none of these were after dark.
No, the whole weekend felt as if it were an NWSL after dark game. And yet the majority of them were played at regular daytime times.
Yeah.
Very few were actually in the dark out here.
Yeah. So we had both expansion teams with a red card.
Denver's in the first half.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
We were waiting for the possibility of a red card in our match. We were like, is there going to be a third one for the opening weekend?
Yep.
And honorable mention, if you watched the Boston match, at one point the camera panned over to the crowd, and there was this woman it's cold, but she's enjoying some footy with a crochet hook in her mouth, doing something with
getting her yarn out. Yeah.
Getting her yarn out, fixing something, and she was about to just keep crocheting while she was watching, and it was just awesome. I love it. I love that energy. It's amazing.
It was so good. But the best news out of the whole weekend, we are in first place and we have a positive goal differential. We were the only game that had more than one goal difference between winning and losing.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what this means. I'm not going to jinx it.
You know
I'm
what?
just
You
really
know what?
happy
It's not a
about it.
jinx. It's not a jinx. It's us celebrating in the moment. We are going to hold on to this at this moment. Things are going to change. It's a long season.
Yes.
We don't
But
expect
I will ride this high.
we don't expect to hold the best goal differential in the league, but we have it right now.
Right. And
you
could.
can't take that away.
Yeah.
Not
exactly.
until the weekend.
All right, so we'll be making the ride up to PayPal Park. We being the team, not Mario and I, as much as I think both of us would like to go at this point.
Yeah.
Bay had a great showing against Denver, and they are I don't want to say a new team because they're not new. Obviously, they've been around for a couple seasons now, but there was a lot of off-season changes, and even some during the season last year. But most notably is their acquisition of Claire Hutton from Kansas City. She is an up-and-coming, essentially superstar, I would like to propose. I love the way she plays. She's super fluid on the ball. She's an incredibly dangerous attacker. She, in similar fashion to Kennedy Fuller, left high school a year early, came, did all the things, trialed with different teams, settled on Kansas City. Now she's in the Bay, but she's going to be a very interesting acquisition for them as they get things kind of figured out. Taylor Huff as well. I don't remember what outlet it was. I want to say The Athletic, but she's on the list as a one to watch kind of thing of up and coming players that are really, really showing out. The Bay has a wonderfully crafted attack. Midfield, their attack is wonderful. The biggest question for the Bay is their defense, because Caprice Didasco, Abby Dahlkemper, and Emily Menges are all out on maternity leave. The interesting thing that I heard this weekend during the broadcast of their game, the three of them combined have over 600 games played. Over 600 games of experience.
Talk about soccer IQ that is going to be missing.
Championships. Abby D was on the national team. There's big experience in those three women, pillars of teams. And then with the players that are currently stepping in to fill those roles, there's roughly, it was 115 or 112 games, 120, something like that. Significantly less. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're terrible they're not by any means, but that is a big difference when you are playing against older players. You've got 120 games between four people. So it's roughly 30 games at this level each. That is very different when you have that many, 120 games under one striker's belt, one midfielder's belt. They're oh, that's easy. No big deal. I've got that in spades. So that's what I'm really curious on, how our offense and how our attack is going to match up to exploit that. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing, is that you're matching up against a defense, but you're also looking to find its weaknesses to exploit those weaknesses. And that's what we were able to do in Chicago, because you had inexperienced defenders. You had defensive midfielders playing very important pillar positions on the pitch. And we were able to exploit that and run through it. So very, very curious how that's going to go. That's my biggest talking point about this game, is how our offense, because our offense is relatively new and young, but our midfield isn't. But it is. Our back line is big and strong, and we've been here. Our midfield is, especially as of today, we get the unfortunate news that Hina is out on a SEI.
Yeah.
Forever, # knees, ACLs. We were getting ready to drop a new shirt for Hina Hive. If you're watching on video, Mario just showed it, or on audio, Mario just showed it because he's wearing it. But we're still going to put it up because we all need it.
It's the LA chapter.
It's the LA chapter of Hina's Hive. But best of wishes for swift and good healing and not a lot of road bumps along the way. But we still have Ari Borges. We still have Neely Martin. We have these players. We have Kennedy Fuller, who's been playing at such a high level since she was 15. Granted, she's 19 now, and it still feels crazy because she, like, what?
There's still a teen in there.
Yeah, there's still a teen. There's still a teen. But she is a fantastic leader in the midfield. She plays so mature. And she's actually who we're going to talk about as an important factor for this game, because I think her relationship with Ari in the midfield is going to be very fun. Our midfield in general, like even without Hina, is fun. With Myra Noose, with Kennedy, with Ari. We have transitional players that are just, it's so fun to watch. But when we're talking about Kennedy Fuller, she's number 17. She's in the midfield. She is our, like, small wonder, you know. Just as a little bit of backup, she's from Southlake, Texas. She did a whole bunch of stuff in high school before being a trialist and everything for a few different teams. She signed with Angel City in 2024 with the under 18 entry mechanism. And it's this whole thing of making sure teenagers can, like, come into the league without getting run over and overwhelmed. They signed a 3-year deal with the team with an option for a 4th year. So they're not bouncing around. It's hard enough when you're an adult, but when you have to travel with a parent, that's wild. You don't go to 7 different teams. No, so she signed with us then. She made her debut in the home opener that season. She had 19 appearances overall in 2024. And then and she scored her first goal in 2024. 2025, she logged her first professional assist in the home opener. And then we rewind a little bit. In 2022, she made her debut for the U15 women's national team for a set of friendlies where she scored 3 goals in 2 games. She had also, like, broken scoring records in high school. She graduated a year early. Just crazy. She was captain of the U15 national team in the CONCACAF championship, where she scored 9 goals, won the Golden Boot. She's still the U17, or not U17, now U20 captain. But in 2024 for the CONCACAF U17 World Cup, she led the team to a 3rd place finish, which was the best result since 2008. Which also shows the shift in how U.S. soccer is using the younger teams to develop talent. A lot of times it was like, oh yeah, it was whatever. We're just waiting for the opportunity to get the call up. Now it's, oh no, we are developing players and partners in that. And there's a lot more active development happening.
Yeah, I mean, more recently, right, when the camps were announced, a lot of the camps were happening in the same place at the same time.
At the same time.
So you got the youth, you know, the U20s, the U23?
U23, U20, U17, U15. Yeah.
Yeah. You have all of them training in the same area. So they're training near or with the senior members, you know, so that's invaluable experience right there. Just being able to learn from your peers that, you know, have the experience or just being in that environment is always a big uplift. So I think the national team also has a shift coming with how they're doing everything.
Yeah.
At least on the women's side.
Yeah. The women's side, we're cruising. We're kind of, you're just developing players, keeping things right. Mm-hmm. We're just figuring out who's actually going to be on the team. I don't know what happens on the men's side because, as I've said it many times, I forget that men play sports sometimes. Mostly soccer because I know we share a stadium with a team, but okay. That's nice. But with Kennedy Fuller, she was also nominated for U.S. Soccer's Young Female Player of the Year, along with Trinity Armstrong and another player that I can't remember off the top of my head because why would I have written them down? And then she's just been such a pillar of calm, of steadiness at such a young age. And even in the post-game press conference, she's so sure. She's so confident in how she's talking about soccer, how she's talking about the game. And it's one of those where I'm like, can you just download I want to hear your inner analysis.
Your inner monologue?
Yeah, I need to hear it because I understand it. You know, I understand that, oh no, this had a purpose because XYZ, and we did this because this. And like they were talking, her and Ari Borges were talking about the celebrations after the goal. And Ari said, yeah, I got to get them listening to more Brazilian music, me and like, we're trying to get everybody on it. Kennedy's already there, but like other people got to catch up. We need to have fun. And we've said it before, when a team is having fun, good luck. Because the more fun you're having, the looser you're playing. You're not as in your head. And if we can continue that run, we are going to have the best season.
If we learn anything from the Mighty Ducks movies,
100%.
Ducks fly together. And when you start having fun, you start winning, right?
That's the rules. That's, the WBC ended tonight, and that is very much why the other team in the championship didn't win, is that every other team was having a freaking blast. There's music, there's songs, there's a coffee maker, espresso maker in the dugout. And then one other team was just very serious, and they lost, and haha. I feel very good about it. But when it comes to Kennedy, I will not be surprised when she has an armband. She already has it for the national team, but like, we've got Sarah as captain now, Angelina as vice captain. The day we get the announcement that Kennedy Fuller is now vice captain to Angelina, 0% surprised. Or Emily Sams, that, like, Angelina to Emily Sams to Kennedy Fuller, whatever it is, I will not be surprised in the slightest.
Yeah. The potential is definitely there.
Yeah. I'm just really excited for this matchup, honestly. The way Bay played last weekend was really assertive. And granted, they were up a player because of the red card in the 23rd minute or something like that. So for a young team to kind of lock in and hold it down and end up winning, good on them. I just have a feeling we're going to play better. That's all.
Yeah, I think with all of that, we have history with the Bay. It's not in our favor. We've won once and we've lost thrice. No draws, especially because Bay
they didn't draw.
They just didn't draw for the longest time. So yeah, I think this is going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun match.
Yeah.
Watch it wherever you can. Listen to Isaac and Tracey. It's going to be exciting to keep the high going, and hopefully they can keep it going for themselves too.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited for this season.
All right. Well, if you've gotten this far, hit the
congratulations.
Congratulations. You know what to do. You know what I'm about to say. So do it. Please subscribe to the show. Do the follow. Do whatever they changed it, because I think Apple Podcast now changed it to follow instead of subscribe. So whatever.
Just do the thing. Press the button.
Do the thing so that we get to you automatically every week. Check out casualfc.com for all of the links of where to get us downloaded from, and all of the social links. Check it out. We're also on YouTube, so check out Casual FC on YouTube and you'll find us. Come join the Discord, as we've been talking about this entire episode. It's been a fun, really fun place to just catch the banter, to learn about what's happening. It's not like we get any breaking news, but someone will hear it first before anybody else, and like, it's already there and we're talking about it. So it's the quickest breaking news that you'll get. Nothing exclusive, but
at least not yet. Maybe one day. At least
not yet. One day when we start breaking like signings and being like, we got insiders.
I know, that'd be dope.
Best ways to support the pod: share, comment on any one of the episode posts or wherever you're listening to. It's all about the engagement and helps other people find the pod. Grab some merch at shop.casualfc.com. We have cool stuff going up all the time, and hopefully I just sent Angela a sketch of something, and
yes,
she's excited for it. We ideate all the time. And if you feel so inclined and you want to help support the pod by buying us a coffee, you can. It's the way to throw us a couple bucks to help us keep doing what we're doing. Check out our link on our socials, or go to buymeacoffee.com/casualfcpod. And the best thing you can do, tell a friend about the pod. It brings us good luck. We package that up. We send it along.
It is the best chain mail ever. Thank you to every single person who reposted that video We have gotten so many new followers, new friends in the Discord. Everyone is laughing about the fact that we were like, this isn't an MLM, this isn't a pyramid scheme. It's more like a chain email. Just forward it to 15 friends and we'll all have good luck for 15 years. And God knows we need it.
Yes, thank you to everybody that was one of our better performing videos over the weekend. So yes, thank you to everyone. Have fun. Good luck to the team and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, see you next week.
Bye.